So today I thought it was finally time to share the last deck I've been using. This is a Reckless Fury deck with a decent amount of different things in it. Let's take a look. So we're using Reckless Fury. It's a very heavy control deck to deal with any engine heavy decks that are a problem. I was playing a bunch of other decks, but all the decks I was playing relied a little not heavily enough on control. So many opponents were going to things like Blue Stripes Commandos, or anything that didn't have a big answer to. Some of the new Northern Realms decks with the, what's his face? The new Mage that gets +1 with Patience every turn. You don't have an answer to them, eventually you get it out of hand. Just having a lot of problems with that, and some other decks in general. So, we went for a more controlled deck. Playing Heatwave, because this is a card you can take out if you want. Well, I guess I'll get to that in a minute. We're playing Heatwave, playing Spellbound Totem. The big point swing card playing Lambert deals with a lot of problems that otherwise we wouldn't be able to handle. Axii. Axii's great. A lot of the time I end up using him to remove a defender. Especially good on the Nilfgaard defender because he boosts himself. And these all have other uses too. And then we have Madoc. Madoc's fantastic. We have Geralt. He can take out either Axii or Lambert if we need them. And if we don't need either one, we have all our cards, which we can get out of Bear Witcher for high value. And we have our Junod. Destroy damage enemy unit. This works best if you can set it up with your leader ability, use a Reckless Fury, ping 1 damage out to whatever you want to destroy, drop down him, and just kill it. It's pretty good. We're running Aaron Kaduk. We need this. It's really good. Goes well with the Bear Witchers. It's fantastic. Sometimes you'll actually go for the Mentor here, because you can get a lot of damage across a bunch of enemy units, and sometimes this will be worth more than the Bear Witcher. You don't always go for Bear Witcher, although you usually do. We have Verna Bran. We're playing a discard package, consisting of Verna Bran, Morkvarg, Coral, 2 Haymay Skulls, and 2 Cheersec Skirmishers. Usually you want to use that in round 1, but it's a very strong package combined with our Mask of Ouroboros. Then as far as the rest of the deck, we're playing Gerd, another target if you want for Geralt Ken. Against decks that play a lot early, he gets very good value. Otherwise he comes down for a decent amount. Gregory of Vol, I wanted to lock. I like locks. And he was more consistent than Django Frat, whatever his name is. Then we're having our bombs, playing a Northern Wind, 2 Dimeridium Bombs, a Dancing Star, 2 Red Hazes for the bombs. These can be adjusted. I was playing 2 Northern Winds previously and a Moondust, but I made a change to add in Heatwave because we were going up against too many ball decks. Then we have, like I said, the Skulls and Skirmishers. These are cards in the deck, and they work pretty well. The things I was running earlier, we take a look at some of these cards here. Skellege. Now, the goal of the deck is to control the opponent, and then after you control the opponent, they can't get enough value out of their cards. For that purpose, you don't have to play Heatwave. I was only playing Heatwave because I found I needed it. You can cut Heatwave and adjust the bombs, right? So ideally I don't really want 2 Red Hazes. I'd really like another Northern Wind. And you can fit in whatever you want. That's the idea, behind the deck at least. It's pretty simple. So let's go see some games. Our first opponent here. Let's see what they'll be playing today. Hopefully don't go up against too much Nilfgaard with, okay, there's a Nilfgaard. He could seize our Madoc, but it's not too bad, because our Madoc's not going to give us tremendous value. We're not playing a ton of bombs. We just cannot play Madoc until we've determined whether or not he's playing his own. Because if he coup de grace our Madoc, we lose. More or less. Put him back for now. We have 1 bomb. I just want to get rid of the bombs in case he's playing coup de grace. We can just avoid them, that'd be great. Now normally here you want to open with the discard cards. So the thing with Coral is we set up Coral. He probably has a lock or something, and we want Coral's ability to combine. We want her Zeal Order, and we want to combine that with the Mask. So instead we're going to go for a big push play here. We're going to start with our Totem. Now the reason we did this is we don't get any value out of Gerd, You don't get any value out of our Bear Witcher. We don't want to play Lambert, obviously, or Heatwave or Axie. We don't want to set up our Coral because she'll get answered and she's a lot of our value. Here, though, we can finally play her. Like I said, I don't think we're going to get rid of the Skirmisher, but eventually we do want to get rid of these bombs, I think, just in case he's playing his own Madoc with Coup de Grace, because that's our lose condition here. Otherwise, we should be alright. Another Red Haze. Not the biggest fan of Red Haze, so we'll just get rid of it. 2 more damage from Coral. Alright, Coral's definitely gotten her value here. We'll just activate that. And we have a pretty big setup here. Our goal with this deck in general is to play the discard cards round 1 and win round 1. Go to round 2, we push hard. We control them. If they're playing an engine deck, you can actually win round 2 a lot of the time, because if they can't get their engines set up, they're in a huge amount of trouble. We don't always expect to win round 2, obviously. And we finish with our big finishers. Well, big finisher is Quen into a Bear Witcher. It's 13 points. Pretty good. And then we have like Heatwave and Axie and Lambert and stuff to answer whatever their deck's finishing play is. Oh, he's thinning a lot here. Well, that's a great Lambert target if we need to push harder. Burn of Brand could be bad here. Let's go Lambert. We want him to leave. We really want to win this round. But a lot of the cards in our hand we do not want to continue playing. Up by 17. He's thinning a lot, which makes me... Oh, there it is. I said I was thinning a lot, but now he's really thinning a lot. You don't see that too often where they play both of those. Well, I'm sure it's more common than I see. Gerd comes down here. Pretty good value. Giving us his 11. I think it was 11. 12 probably, actually. Actually gave him a point 11. Assassination coming in. Alright. We're up by 14. We'll play 1 Bear Witcher. Take this out so you can't get assimilate value. 22. I don't want to play the rest of these. And I don't think he's... I think he's going to have to go down a card here. Like, down 2 cards, I mean. Treason's good value. 11. So you're going to have without leader ability. We could lock... No, we want to save that for like a Stefan or a Damien or something. 11. Brathen's is 11 when he comes down because we killed the guy with the Assimilate. Usurper only gives him 9. I don't think he can do this in 1 card. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing or overlooking he might have. Yeah, I don't think he can do this in 1 card. I think we'll get his leader here. Yeah, we'll pass. I think we get his leader here, or we get him go down 2 cards. Either of these situations is fantastic. Oh, Leo. Didn't expect that. Still only 11, though. He's not the leader or go down 2. And he'll just go for the Amnesty. I wonder if we can... We've discarded a lot of our bombs. I don't think he's playing... I'm fairly confident he's not playing Madoc at this point. So we're safe to play our own. But if we can bait him to leader that'd be good. Not sure he's playing 2 Amnesties. Haven't seen that too much. Alright, we want to pull Madoc out of our deck, so we want to keep 1 bomb at least. Well, there's 2. There's Madoc in our hand. We can just discard him for Burn of Brand. He comes back out of the graveyard. I don't care. That's a good option for him. We're going to push here. Or not, we're not going to push. If he does anything, we will play Burn of Brand. If he doesn't do anything, we'll just play Madoc as our card for the round. Because when he's in the graveyard, he still comes back from the bombs. Kind of figured he wasn't going to do anything. Throw down Madoc, win the round. We are going first in round 3, which isn't great. But Burn of Brand is one of the few cards we have that's good going first in a round. Which is one of the weaker parts of the deck. If you're going first in a round, there's less options that you really want to play. We've sort of messed up our deck a little bit. We're not getting much value out of Madoc in the bombs. Mostly been discarding them and putting them back. Just because if he had a Coup de Grace and was playing his own Madoc, it's so bad. Geralt can... There's only 1 Witcher in our deck. We can't redraw. Well, we could redraw. But I like this hand because we have the discard. And Berna, we should go through 3 more cards. Maybe we should have redrawn there. Go Berna. See if we can't get into Ken. There's our Bear Witcher and Ken, so we lose Ken here. He's not going to do anything from our deck, so we just discard him now. We have no Witchers left. No way to put something back into our deck. So he's going to be one of our discard cards. A little bit unfortunate, but I think we'll be fine. And then we'll get rid of Morkvarg, obviously. Give us some points. Losing Ken's not great, but this is where we're really strong. Our leader, okay, yeah, like I was saying, our leader charge here can control most things he's going to play. Now, we could lock this, but I really want to leave his board open. So if we play something bigger, we can kill it with our, what's it called? Our Witcher guy. Destroys the damage unit. And 2 charges here. We have to use a charge to root the shield if we're going to hit with a bomb. So that would leave it at 2 points. We might as well use 2 charges to kill it. Like this, and it'll be gone. We're up 15 right now. Not sure that's going to be too great, that diplomacy. Trying to think what would be a good card. Yeah, I'm not sure what would be bad for us here. We're in a strong position. Him having gone down 2 cards round 1. And that's one of the biggest strengths of this deck, is you can push round 1 very hard. You have good control. And with a discard package, you can put a lot of points out. So you can answer a lot of engine cards, and you can actually put out a good amount of points yourself. The problem is the opponent's playing a bigger point slam, like Vi. That's when you're in trouble. Thankfully, though, I haven't had too many of those lately. Thankfully for every deck, essentially. If you're playing against Vi a lot, and you wanted to keep playing this deck, just put in Yurden for, maybe for Axie. Or maybe even for a different card, like Heatwave, because we don't really need Heatwave. There's the Amnesty. He's going to steal our Madoc. We don't have any bombs left, so we don't lose any value from this, so I don't care. Normally this would be a problem for Madoc deck, but we didn't play him round 1. And we have no bombs left, so that's fine. Let's see, Bear Witcher doesn't do anything here. Kaduk doesn't do anything. Axie gives it 2. We have enough in our hand with Heatwave, and I think we don't need our Gregory to save them. I think we have enough answers for most things at this point. 2 Bear Witchers, 6. We can do well, leader ability at this point should probably be able to hit whatever he plays if it's a problem, like a Stefan or a Damien, something like that. We can Heatwave the other. We have Axie for the defender, which I assume he's playing. Because he's been thinning a lot, I feel like he has some kind of combo or some strong short round. We also haven't seen Coup de Grace and Joachim yet, so I kind of expect that to be coming out.
Dancing around. It's not for me.
Let's see, do we go... We'll just go Kaduk here. His playing a Bear Witcher really sets up our own Witcher, the destroy damage one, very well. Go for a Bear Witcher, so we don't want to damage it anymore. That's most likely going to be our target. Unless he plays something big. But we have a Heatwave. We can answer one of his big cards. Like a big order card. Like Damien or Stefan or something like that. There is... Oh, he's going to coup de grace our Burn a Brand. Interesting. He must not have gotten what he wanted. Honestly, I don't think it's too relevant either. I mean, like, I don't think it would change round 1. Round 1's where we got our big advantage here. Let's see what he discarded. Ramon's gone. He doesn't have a soldier in his hand for it. So he has no locks. Because the soldier would probably, in his deck, be the Elbow Armored Cavalry. Not that it matters. I don't think he has any locks. We go Bear Witcher here. We hit Berna, maybe. Well, yeah, we hit Berna. Then we heal. We're up quite a bit, and we have our Heatwave. We have several big plays, although I don't think Axie necessarily will be that big. There's Stefan. Alright, so what does he even play like? An extra coup de grace on a Joachim? People don't play Bribery still, do they? Either way, we're going to heat wave it. Just trying to think if he... Because he hasn't played Joachim yet. Normally you don't want to give 2 turns for something to get killed. We could also use a leader charge and go into our destroy damage unit, but we get less value then off of if it misses. And if it hits the Bear Witcher, we lose value, so I don't think that's the best. We'll just heat wave it. Oh, he's playing Bribery. Huh. Haven't seen that in a while. This could be... I don't think it's going to be that bad. A second Bear Witcher. Nothing in our deck really answers ourselves very well. In like 1 card. Axie now is worth 9. It's not bad. Do we save our destroyed damage for last? Or we save Axie for last? I think we save Axie for last. Just in case. We'll just take this 11 points here. This deck's been a little more unusual than how the game plan's supposed to go. Usually round 1 you go discard if you can. I don't know if we have a unit left. I don't think it matters. Okay, we did have a unit. It's our invader. We normally want to go for the round 1, discard round 2 value from bombs while you're pushing. But we didn't have any bombs, so we got rid of them. Thinking he might have a coup de grace, which I'm sure he does now. But we were able to win the game. That's how the deck can adapt to opponents. GG. Let's find a second opponent then. Hopefully we get a different faction other than Nilfgaard. Especially Nilfgaard coup de grace with Madoc. If you don't like this deck and you're playing a lot of this deck, either Vi or a Madoc with coup de grace and Nilfgaard deck are, I think, the best answers to it. Of course, Vi is the best answer to a lot of things, so, you know. Sometimes it's just that way. Here, though, we're going up against Imprisonment. Again, we have to be very, very careful he's not playing Madoc and coup de grace. Either way, we don't want Madoc in our hand. I'm not going to play this bomb unless we have to. I'll probably discard it. Trying to think of what else he might be playing. He might be playing Colgrim or something. That's a possibility here for sure. Imprisonment's fairly popular with that, I've seen. And then could also be playing something else like, what's it called? The Cantarella stuff where they take your deck. Could also just be Mill, you never know. Mill never goes away. Now I'd love to bomb that, but I can't, right? Normally you just throw out the Demiridium Bomb here, kill the 4-point engine, then bring out your Madoc, thinning your deck. That was a nice draw. But we can't, just in case he's playing his own Madoc and coup de grace. We have to be mindful of that. That is a lose condition for us, is if we let that go off. Okay, so Cantarella, I'm thinking he might not be playing Madoc then. If he gets a bomb, we can... Nice, okay. We'll find out right now if he's playing Madoc or not. He knows we are, though. Okay, good. No Madoc. We're free to play our bombs then. Would have liked to know that last turn, but this turn's good enough. We'll just get him out right away then. Bomb here. Now, our hand is decent. If we had Coral and Berna, I would say we could probably win on even here. We don't. Coup de grace. Second Cantarella is coming out here. That's for certain. If he gets a bad card, we can probably push on even. We got 3 points off the last Cantarella. Alright, that's a red haze. Gets 2 points off of that one. Actually 3 because he killed the previous Cantarella. He killed the previous Cantarella -1. We got a new Cantarella +1. We took 3 damage off the red haze. He played both our red hazes for us. And red haze is my least favorite bomb. So I'm very happy about that. And he went first. We're up still. That's a lot of provisions. The question is, what do we play? Gerd is fine to throw down. We could just Juno this. I don't think that was his name, but we'll go with it. Jundo. Alright, hit him. We'll just do this. It feels kind of bad because we already bombed it. And if we knew he wasn't playing with Doc, we could just bombed it turn 1. But we can't afford that risk. Hunting Pack coming out. No surprise there. Let's see. We're getting closer to our adrenalines. Gerd's not bad. He's gonna do him 1 and does 2. 9 points, that's okay. Still though, I think we're in a good spot. I'm going to push hard. Kind of wish we had another discard card. We don't, but we do have access from Geralt to any of our other Witchers. In this case, probably just Lambert and Axie. I mean, I think it is just Lambert and Axie. Like 2, actually, Cantarella saved a point there. I think we're good to push here. Question is, what do we use? Could just throw out Gregory. I think he's any good. Oh, we can go for Quartermaster maybe. He'll be worth 8. He might have an answer. He probably has some kind of answer at this point. We haven't seen any removal cards or anything from him. So if he has a lock or removal, it'll come out here, so that's not a good choice. We'll just go with Gregory. I like the Quartermaster idea, but I think he'd lock it and we'd lose some pretty serious value there. Although we could just use its order right away and then heal the Gregory, put it next to him. It's alright. I don't think we need this lock though. Roderick. Alright, what are we getting? If we can get something good here, we could pass. Fergus. Alright, so I see what's going on here. We definitely want to win this round then. If we go Bear Witcher, well, this could give us the I was thinking about, wait, maybe we don't want to play this. If we go Bear Witcher first, it sets up a 10-point Mentor, which is better value. And we still have the second Bear Witcher to get full value off the heal from the Aaron Caduck. I think that's better. Almost certainly better. Now, playing the second Bear Witcher kind of gets, I mean, it gives us an extra 2 points on the Caduck. Might be greedy. I think it's a little greedy. There's an imprisonment. That tells me he's in a lot of trouble. Master of Disguise coming down.
100 faces, all yours to...
Let's not be greedy. The greedy thing is if you play the Bear Witcher Mentor first, here, we'll go for him. Where is he? There he is. With 10 here. If we play the Mentor, or if we play the Bear Witcher first, we get 8 points right away. And then we play the Caduck next turn, and we get 12. If we play the Mentor now, we get 10. Then we get plus 4 heal off of the heal next turn with 8. So we get 10, then 12, as opposed to getting 8, then 10. So we get 2 more quicker. I want the points fast, because I want him to leave the round. Because we cannot play Morkvarg. Alright, we got him. Push was too strong here. GG. I guess let's find a third game. That one was short. Let's get into our third and last game here. Hopefully it's not Nilfgaard again. We'd like some variety in these games here. Looks like we get... oh, Northern Realms. Probably Northern Realms Witchers. Interesting. This should be a pretty good matchup for us. They're pretty engine reliant, although they can get some big plays. It should be a pretty good game. I have to think about this one a bit more than normal. Oh, this hand though. Burn a Brand, Coral, 2 discard fodders, a bomb if we want to discard it. I don't really want to put most... no, we're going to keep this. This hand's fantastic. It's a good start to the game here. Although we are going first, which is not what we want. Against Northern Realms, though, I think we can fairly safely just set up Coral and get more value that way. Because Coral's discard with Mask or Zeal, Order, and Burna should be able to burn through most of his cards, even if they have Shield. Like if we get rid of the Griffin Witcher Adepts, we get rid of most of his engine value. We can kill the regular Griffin Witcher, the one with the Order, pretty easily with a bomb here. This is looking good. We can... I'm very confident we can take this round. Then the question is if we can actually win a push round. Like push successfully, because we don't win the round we're pushing. And he manages to save Vesemir, Lambert, and Eskel with leader charges. It's going to be really hard for us to win around 3. But I think we can control him enough that in round 2 we can take a win. That's our goal. We're going to go for a round 1 win here. Push hard round 2, and win round 2, and win the game. Because if we don't win round 2, I think we're in a lot of trouble for a round 3. Erland's going to make... yeah, so he's going to get some more... a lot of carryover. A lot of carryover. Yeah, we're just going to have to push him really hard round 2 and go for round 2 win here. We could go for a 3-round game. But I'm not confident in our longer round 3 potential here. Just go get rid of Erland. No reason to keep him around. Give her the Coral's Order in case she gets removed, which I doubt at this point. Get our Morkvarg out. At this point, he should realize we're going to win this round. Then we're going to play a bomb and get out our Madoc next. That should be pretty straightforward for what we're going to do here. As far as him, he should probably just throw out some cards he doesn't mind losing and then just go to round 2. Really, we want to get... Well, we have Ken, so we have access to Lambert. So I was saying Lambert's very strong here, because we can answer these students. A Royal Guard, that's a perfect target for a bomb. Just throw out one of our Dimeridium bombs here, blow that guy up, then our knock out of our deck. This is going very well. Although I expected this round to go well. It's round 2 that I'm concerned about. Will be how much carryover he has set up, and how many of his adepts we can answer. If he has like 2 adepts in hand, and then the Northern Realms location, he can get access to 3 adepts. That's when it gets hard for us to answer all of them. Although if he opens with 1, we'll just leader charge it twice. Or maybe once and then some other card to kill it off. But we can't let those get going. And then we have Lambert. So I think we're good for round 2. I'm just not sure if it'll be enough to beat him if he's got it set up going. Like if he plays his Vesemir and gets that set up, which he won't unless he plays deeper into this round, then he won't have a long round 2, which is probably what he feels safer in. I don't think he'll play much in here. So if we go to round 2 before he plays Vesemir, that's good too, because he doesn't have that carryover. So I want to force him out early so he can't play his Vesemir. That's our plan. He's about to time his turn out here. Griffin Witcher. I could Burna, but I think I want to save Burna for round 2. Because if we're pushing round 2, we need a card to go first with, and Burna is one of our only ones that's not a waste to go first with. We have Totem, Skirmisher. Yeah, I think if we're pushing round 2, I want to save Burna. So let's throw a Dimeridium Bomb out here. I don't care about destroying Madoc to bring him back. Okay, I was going to discard the other bomb. We'll discard Red Haze. Because the other bomb can kill 2 Witcher students or something. Looking good here, 26-0. I think he's going to pass. He has not committed very much here. To be fair, we committed a lot of our discard package. I think, other than Burna, the whole thing. One Skirmisher. But he's been pushed, and this is what this deck is extremely good at. You can push really hard in the round you play the discard package, which you want to be round 1, because it draws you your cards for the rest of the game. I'm not sure what he's contemplating. Maybe he's thinking about needing his setup for Vesemir. But here we should be good. Let's go to this round 2. This is what I've been thinking about the whole game. This round's going to be where we decide if we win or lose or not. And hopefully we win. Obviously, that's why we're playing the game. Well, we're playing the game for fun, but winning's nice. Our bomb's good. Dancing Star, it's alright. Oh, Totem. That's a nice draw. My Witchers are in our deck. Gerd, Lambert, Bear Witcher. Do I want one of these? I want some of these. I do need discard fodder still. For Burna, in case we draw well. Still put that back and get that bomb. That's fine. We could go Totem first. Totem or Burna. Let's open... We open Totem and he plays my discard for playing Griffin Witcher, but if we open Totem also, he's going to know we're pushing hard. So I think we start Burna. Burna's not as much of a commitment. You might think we just missed it in our discard package round 1. We didn't get any Skirmisher, that's okay. Just discard the bombs. I think we don't need the bombs here. Let's get rid of those. And hopefully he doesn't think we're committing too hard here. And set up anything. If we get a turn, 1 turn less of his engines going, or 1 turn less of his setup, it's actually worth it in the end. Because it might save us a couple points, and saving us a couple points can win. But our hand is very strong right now. Now keep in mind, Gerd is probably... Well, no, we have a Bear Witcher in our deck still. Yeah, so Ken still is a good target if we go past Gerd's Adrenaline. Do we Lambert these 2? Not yet, because we still have Totem. If he plays Griffin Witcher, we're going to. The Adept, I mean. Let's go Totem. We might lose one of these to a Boiling Oil if he's playing it. A lot of times I play Boiling Oil and Amphibious Assault and John Tellius to get out Griffin Witcher Adepts that are harder to kill. If he plays one off Amphibious Assault, I will Heatwave it, because that will deny his engine setup. Yeah, there's the Boiling Oil. Like I said, expected us to lose one of these. Still not bad. It is the only thing he gets more value than the raw points out of from his damage, because everything else we have is Point Slam. That's basically Point Slam, but he denies us a point. He gets an extra point off of it, is what I'm saying. Yeah, so we have 2 targets here for Ken. We don't have Adrenaline Gel. Let's just go for the Lambert. Let's go for it. He knows we're pushing hard now, but he has nothing set up yet. And we do have access to our leader, which is very good at killing Adepts. Very good indeed. Axio probably be good versus his leader. He's going to have a lot of adrenaline problems, just like... Well, we don't have as much, but he's going to have even more adrenaline problems than we are with his cards. So we're setting this up where he's being pushed hard and he won't be able to play optimally. We don't necessarily need to win this round, actually. If we get out his big plays, we can be okay if we save like Ken. We don't have to win. But we really are trying to. See if we can afford to save Ken for last. I imagine he's deciding whether or not his Griffin Witcher Death will be answered. It will. But he doesn't know that. He probably thinks it, though. He has Amphibious Assault. This is the time to go for it, but we have Heatwave for that. Oh, Mentor without the Adrenaline. That feels really bad. His hand must be all Adrenaline cards. Good. That's what I wanted. This is the problem I found with playing the Northern Realms Witchers, is that you end up with a lot of Adrenaline issues. I mean, you have Adrenaline issues sometimes in the Skellege Witcher deck, but he has it even harder here. Do we really play Ken here? Gurge is only worth 8. I'm saying we're having Adrenaline issues too. We could go for the Quartermaster. That's probably good. Let's go for Quartermaster. He played a Boiling Oil already, right? So he played one of his Boiling Oils. He has John Natalius. He would have used it to get Amphibious Assault. Maybe he already has Amphibious Assault. Let's go for this. I think we'll be able to get this off. If we put it in the range rail, we can play something like our Bear Witcher next to it. Hit our Lambert twice and go for the heal there. It's pretty good. I don't think he has a second Boiling Oil in his hand. Especially against our deck, you wouldn't want to keep removal. The Quartermaster, if it goes off, gets the same value as a Bear Witcher. In total points, it's just not removal. Okay, Kaer Saren. What's he going to go for? Probably an Adept. Yeah, we have to kill that. It's the best way to kill it. He has 9 total points. We could go triple leader. We're going to go double leader and our Bear Witcher. That sounds like the best play for sure. Oh, we can just go Bear Witcher on it. We only need 1 leader. Alright. I mean, there was a decent chance that happened. If it didn't happen, we had the second leader charge. We could just... However that went, we could get 3 value off our Bear Witcher hitting one of the 2, and then the second leader charge would have finished off the Adept. Either way. Now let's see what he's going to do. He's going to boost his deck. Guessing that's going to be on Vesemir, Eskel, and Lambert. His Vesemir Mentor being worth 4 is really big here for us. But he has a lot of adrenaline problems, I'm guessing. Which is why it can be very good to push these Northern Realms decks. It can also be bad, because their round 3 can be very strong if they manage to save their Vesemir, Eskel, and Lambert such things, and leader charges. So it's risky, but it can also pay off. Quite a bit. I think we're in a very good spot. Target practice, that's a little annoying. It might be hard for us to find a target here that's damaged to destroy, because I don't want to do it on that guy. Oh, we forgot to play our Quartermaster last turn, didn't we? We should have used this order last turn. Although if he didn't kill it the first turn, he probably won't kill it the next turn. It's not too big a deal. Alright, I think we are losing out on... We have Quen into Bear Witcher. That's very strong. Axie is not going to be fantastic here. Because we're not going to... He won't get that much boost off his leader charge for the third one. I imagine Axie's going to come down for around 9. I think he can purify anything. I don't think so. I don't think he's going to get much more than this. So we'll just do this here. And then get one off the armor. And then one there and do a heal. Doesn't really matter if we hit the armor again or hit Vesemir again. He's not going to have random pings going everywhere that would get an armor value from. Now, I don't think we have a Heatwave target coming up. We don't have a target as damage to destroy. We might. Although I said it earlier, we really wanted to win the game here. If we get out Eskel, Vesemir, and Lambert, we might pass. That's the big play. There's Leo early. He's really trying to save on to those 3, isn't he? He's boosting them again. He's really trying to hold on to those guys. He should have played them first. He's being greedy. Yeah, he's being greedy now. I think we should punish him. Vesemir, Eskel, and Lambert. They're all 3s. That's 9. I think he had one of them in his hand. So what wasn't boosted by Erland. It's 11. Then he boosted in his deck a unit by 2. That's 13. We'll go Bear Witcher here. Big play, and then we'll pass.
I'll cleave you in two.
I think he's only at 13 if he plays the trio. And we're still up. But I want to push hard. We're going to go for the win here. I'm not going to play Heatwave unless it's a good target. Probably should have Bear Witchered the side mix. I think he'd go down to a 4. That's more likely to get a damaged off. To destroy a damaged unit with our leader ability. If we want to throw it out. I don't think we do. He's played Leo. That's his big finisher. He's played his leader charges. It's his other big finisher. He needs to play Eskel, Lambert, Vesemir. He's being greedy by not doing it. I'm sure he has to have it in his hand by now. He's just being greedy and trying to save it for round 3. He's trying to save it for round 3 to make sure he wins instead of playing it here to survive. I think that's a poor choice. If he doesn't have it, I kind of feel bad because he should have one of them by now. Yeah, he has Quen. Alright, so what do we got? Vesemir. Okay, so if we passed last turn, he would actually win. He'd be in a good. He'd win off of this play because the 3 points from Quen I forgot about. He had that. Alright, so he had one in his hand when he played Erland, and then he passed because and then he put it back because he drew Geralt Quen. Let's see. Oh, he didn't put the +2 boost on it though. Interesting. 4, 4, 3, 11, 14. 4, 4, 14. Huh. Actually, that wouldn't have been enough. Would have tied. He really should have played these guys first, though. You should have gone for this earlier. The shield's not too important on the Quen. Then you get an extra 4 points on your Leo, an extra 3 points on your Scytheman. That's 7 more points. I think that's going to haunt him. I don't think he has a play here. I don't think he has a play to win this in one round, or one card. Unless he's playing Yrden. But we don't have boosts. Yeah, we're going to pass. He's going to have to play 2 cards, I think. If he had 7 more points from playing Quen and the Witcher trio earlier, he wouldn't have this problem. Yeah, I could get 4 more on Leo, 3 more on Scytheman. That's 7 more points. The shield doesn't do anything. Yeah, I think we pushed him, and then he tried too hard to save his trio for round 3. Our round 3 wasn't going to be fantastic. Because we only have like we don't have that many great cards left. But now I think he has to play 2 cards, and we go to a round 3 where we're up a card, and okay, it's a heat wave. Yeah, so if he played the trio and such with Ken before, he would have been fine. Oh, Thaw. Oh, it's not enough. Alright, we got this. This game is done. And a squirrel. Hey, we played anything else, you would have won the game there. But this is as sure a win as I've ever seen in a round 3. I'm sure he's going to concede, either now or as soon as the round starts. We're up 2 cards. We have 2 leader charges. Yeah, I think he just got too greedy round 2. Oh, that's nice. I mean, it doesn't really matter what we have. I think if we could just like discard 2 cards, we'd still win. I'm really surprised he hasn't left yet. He should know there's no way here. He might just be processing it. Or he might be like salty that he messed up round 2. As in hindsight, I'm sure he realizes what we realized, that he should have played the trio first. Thank you. Yeah, let's do that one. Yeah, he would have been better off. Even if he did play the trio first, the push was really good. Besmir not getting its adrenaline off was fantastic for us. That's really what gave us a ton of value. I don't think he would have been able to win the round anyway. Well, GG. After playing the games, here's what we'll say. I played a bunch more games than those. I've played probably like 30, I don't know how many games, a whole bunch of games with this deck. And the deck's main weakness is to Nilfgaard Madoc decks. Because if the opponent has a coup de grace, and they hit your Madoc with it, and then they're playing Madoc and Letho, and then you get Madoc back and they hit it with another one, they can have 4 Madocs. And there's just no coming back from that. The other thing is, in a mirror match, a squirrel is very helpful. Alright, you go in a mirror match, you realize that, hey, my opponent's playing this deck too, this is a very strong deck. And then you have a squirrel, you banish their Madoc. Usually that gives you a big advantage in the mirror match. And then like, you can cut a red haze for that if you want. Alternatively, you could add a second Northern Wind. You'd have to adjust a little, you'd have to take out Heat Wave for that. Heat Wave isn't required for this deck, it's just, there's enough removal. The only thing Heat Wave is in here for is scenario decks. Like Haunt, I've played a fair number of Haunt, and there's a lot of Masquerade Ball. At least when I was playing this deck more heavily. I haven't been using it as much lately, but I've started using it again. There was too many Bomb Nilfgaard decks to play this for a while. Because this deck got very popular, and then there's a lot of Bomb Nilfgaard decks because hitting the Madoc with Coup de Grace is just pretty much a win for them, because you can't really come back from that. Unless you banish all of them, and that's kind of hard to do. So yeah, that's the idea of the deck. As far as the actual changes, I want a second Northern Wind. Ideally, you'd want a second Northern Wind. So, Northern Wind, and then maybe a Moon Dust. The Purify is pretty helpful, then drop a Red Haze. Something like this, something I'd be more comfortable with, and then Heat Wave. And you can adjust from here, like wherever you want. For example, I'm not really the biggest fan of Red Haze. We don't really need a Moon Dust because we have Axii. And you have 9 provisions, right? And from here you put in whatever you want. Ideally, we're looking at all the cards we have available to us. What makes the most sense here, going along with our strategy, would probably be another type of removal card. We don't want any draw, so I'd say from here, the best card to probably add would be probably Curse of Corruption, as much as I dislike it. Curse of Corruption is good. And then you can also play Dire Bear, because Dire Bear stops them from boosting themselves, which is very nice. Dire Bear is pretty cool. But basically you do whatever you want from here. But yeah, that's the deck. It worked out very well, actually. And it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. It was good to be able to answer a lot of decks that were playing heavy engines. Because normally I play a different deck to deal with engine decks. There's my Skellege deck and Ice deck. Eist with a lot of removal, but this is, I think, just better in most scenarios than that. But yeah, that was the deck. You can make some changes to it if you want. Gregory Revolt can be replaced if you don't want to lock. That's fine. You can adjust the bombs however you want. And Heatwave, obviously, you can swap out as you need. And if you feel you need a different Geralt, so right now we're using Axii, Ken, and we're also using Lambert. But you can use any of the Geralts or Big Witchers if you want, right? So you can play any of these guys. You feel like you need Igni, you can use Igni, although I wouldn't recommend Igni. We have too much removal, and they probably won't get to use his ability. But Yrden could be good if you're playing like Vi or something. Because this deck just, I don't think, can beat Vi at all. Which is its big weakness. Loses to Vi, and it loses to Vi, and it loses to Bomb Nilfgaard. You're not playing those, it beats pretty much everything else fairly consistently. But you could try out a Yrden if you want to attempt to beat a Vi deck over Heatwave. But then if they're playing Haunt, you can't banish the Haunt, so it's all up to you, right? Anyway, that's the deck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.